Oh yeah, sexy biscuits. Nice.
London Blues 1975. A YouTuber is on the rise. Reviewing games late at night and sometimes friends used to bug him. Lawn Boys Blues 1975.
Hey YouTube, Lawn Boys Post 1975s. Welcome to a system overview video. I have a massive package. And in my hands, I have a parcel. I'm sorry, this shit practically writes itself. In this box is a 1V, that will be the word 1, and the letter V, but it's a capital, so it could be the 1-5 Pandora's box. I will look it up. I was sent this to check it out. But I did track one down on Amazon to see if I could find a little bit more information about it, and it is, apparently it's about 120 quid. It's a 1V FT 3,399 games in one arcade game console upgrade, Wi-Fi function, full HD retro, video arcade game console, 2 players, 3D Pandora box with 3,399 retro games for PC, laptop, TV, PlayStation 3. It's quite a specific title. Basically, it's a Pandora box knockoff. Obviously, I'm pretty sure you know what Pandora boxes are. They've been knocking around for the best part of 10 years. And at some point, there was, I guess, an official Pandora's box, which in itself is kind of ironic because it's a system loaded with illegal ROMs. And when I put a picture of this, I've had it for a couple of weeks. It's just been sat around doing nothing, mainly because it's so big. Yeah, when I put a picture of this on Facebook, Guru Larry, when someone asked, is that a Pandora box clone? Guru Larry left a comment saying, is there even such a thing as an official Pandora's box? As far as I can tell, it's a quad core, maybe dual core. I've seen a bunch of videos on these with DDR2 RAM, and it's a massive arcade stick. So let's get into it and have a look. Now, as for Pandora boxes, my experience of them is I did a video on the Pandora Game Mini, or otherwise known as the Pandora handheld, and it's a handheld system that plugs into your TV, and it comes with a Pandora operating system on it, which will pretty much be the same as this. And when it says Wi-Fi upgrade, what it means is there's a shop in here where you can actually download hooky ROMs. But it's like every other one of these systems that has a shop in it. I wouldn't recommend it. I just do it yourself because they just take absolutely forever. And let's have a look at the packaging first, because I do like this. Now, this is going to be a very hard video. High definition home game machine, professional design and reliable quality. There should be a handle there so you can carry it, but that comes in the box, and this was actually sealed. Moonlight Treasure Box, high definition game machine, home game machine, and then it says top components, good to know. I'm reading this at an angle. Basically good power consumption, hundreds of classic arcade games, all of which are illegal ROMs. Hey, super high video resolution, and can't even read that one. What does that say? It's, as you can tell, it's pidgin English. Game control experience, and it's got a picture of a control pad. I don't know. All I know is, let's get it out of this box. This thing is fucking huge. Now, it actually comes with a power brick, and it's got your kettle flex. I'm not an expert, right? But when was the last time you actually got a plug on anything from one of these systems? I know it's a little bit bigger and probably has quite high power consumption, but normally you just get a USB lead of sorts, and I'm sure I could probably run this. But yeah, I'm quite impressed that you actually get a hard plug wired lead. But basically, it's like I'd say it's like a laptop power brick, but there is no weight to that whatsoever. What else do we get? We get a VGA lead because it can or will connect to an arcade monitor. Because that's the point of this. It'll make more sense when I get out of the box. But for people who don't want to go the route of an arcade cabinet or making a main cabinet, I guess, HDMI cable. Can never have too many of these. That's absolutely hilarious. I will show you the instructions in a minute. That is, yeah. We'll get there. And then what is that then? No, that's a USB lead. My apologies. That's the HDMI lead. It's a big, hefty motherfucker as well. And there's the handle. Quite useful, that, being on the inside of the box, isn't it? Now, it is extremely well packaged, which I am quite a fan of. So you take it off, whoop, and obviously this is where the joysticks would protrude, and it gives you 2 replacement buttons. I like that. They're not like, is it, who made the buttons for the Capcom arcade gallery or whatever it is? You know, that fuck off big thing like this that's shaped like the Capcom logo. Yeah, didn't see that as an eyesore, did you, Capcom? Yeah, is it Sanyo? I don't know. These components aren't as good as that, but they are nice and clicky. But I do like the fact that it gives you 2. Basically, there are 16 buttons on this thing, so it gives you 2 replacements. That's good to know, isn't it? Turn my phone off, you don't need to see that. And here is the unit itself. I will be taking this in the other room. I don't mean where I connect it to the TV. Into the other room and put my camera on a tripod so you can see it in a bit better detail. But your joysticks, remember lads, always baggy your joystick. That's very nice. I'm not sure what that is. It's a fingerprint magnet, but it weighs about £10. It's not super hefty. The bottom is metal. I do like that. It's only screws. There's only Phillips screws holding it together, so you can take it apart, and there's basically nothing inside. The actual system itself would be round about here. This is obviously just to give you a 2-player arcade experience. But if we look upon the back, we have an on-off switch that is red. I'm guessing that lights up. And then we have, just checking, yeah, it's a barrel jack. Then we have a barrel jack power there. Then we have HDMI out there, VGA out there, headphone jack, volume wheel. Bit odd that that's on the back. Would have put that on the front personally. Maybe make it a little bit bigger, and dual USB sockets there. I don't know if that's a question of you can connect pads to this, but I tell you what you can do with this, because this is a system in itself. You can connect this, hence that little waffle when it said PC, you know, PlayStation 3. You can connect this to I don't know about, you know, 8th gen, you know, and the PlayStation 5 and Xbox S and X, but you can connect it to PlayStation 3, Xbox 360 and PC, and use it as a fucking massive joystick, which, to be fair, I think is quite nice. It's got a mat. I like this. It feels very, well, it does sound, it feels very durable, because it's got a big thick piece of clear plastic on it there to protect it. And if you look at the top, yeah, coin select, pause, start. Now I just want to get it, put it in the other room and set my camera up so you can see it, so we can check out its build quality without me basically holding it in front of the camera. It looks like I'm holding a fucking surfboard, doesn't it? Right, but before we do that, let's have a look at the instructions. These are awesome. RRTV made in China. Package listings version 1, version 2. I don't have either of those. There is a version of this which is called the same thing, and it's basically split, and you get 2 separate joysticks. Well, imagine this just cut in half, which I kind of think is pretty cool, because if you're not going to you know, play it with anyone else, that means you can obviously it makes it a bit more portable and you save space. Look, there's the board in case you're interested. I've never seen them actually show you the inside of a console in one of these instructions before, but look at the cover. Arcade. It looks, I'm sure there is one of those that exists. That's no, the same mold as the Capcom home arcade, or arcade stadium, whatever it is, but the word arcade written on it. But if you go onto Amazon and or AliExpress and eBay and look around, you can see these that are completely blue with the same sort of design as this, but using the Capcom mold. I love that. Someone's gone to the factory after hours, after Capcom have finished using the molds, and slipped someone a couple of bucks and said, run me off a couple of those, can you? I don't care that it's not going to say Capcom on it, but you know what? I just think that's absolutely brilliant. But anyway, the rest of this manual, I think this is like a brochure for their range and stuff. But yeah, no, it's got a very, very simple how to set this up to your TV. I'm pretty sure you all know how to set this up to the TV. Apologies for the light flaring in and out. Yeah, and like most of you out there, I cannot, nor am I going to read this. Probably wouldn't be able to read it because it's in Pidgin English. Anyway, let's jump into the other room and get a better look at this bad boy. Now, I can assure you, getting this in shot was no easy thing. It's absolutely huge, but as I said, it feels really, really solid. As I also mentioned, they may not... By the way, I actually quite like this design. I've seen a bunch of these, and they've basically just stolen artwork off Google Images and, you know, printed it and obviously put it under the plastic, clear plastic, you know, top or cover, and I think they look horrible. I think it ages it really, really, really badly. Plus, for a system that's got, you know, best part of, you know, $4K's worth of games, I don't really want a specific piece of artwork from one title. So I kind of like this. I've seen it. Reminds me, when I say I've seen it, reminds me of like the sort of kind of generic patterns you would actually get on old school arcade machines. Now, like I said, it's obviously an alternative to an arcade cabinet, but I have to say these feel really, really, really nice. The buttons, I mean, these are super clicky. The buttons aren't as good as my Powkiddy A13 buttons. They're proper clicky. These, they're nice, but they have a little bit of sponginess, and there's kind of that hollow thud, not a click, but you know, it's not a massive deal breaker or anything like that. But again, these joysticks, they're amazing. I mean, the joysticks like this always remind me of being a kid and, you know, the arcades and what a special experience it was. But there's no denying, since consoles, you know, from day one, like with my Sega Master System and stuff like that, Mega Drive onwards and upwards, like most people, or maybe it's just me and I'm alone on this one, I absolutely suck on arcade sticks. I mean, shoot 'em ups and stuff like that, they're fine, but when it comes to like the precision and the dizzying heights of Street Fighter, shall we say, yeah, I suck on sticks. But honestly, I'm very, very, very impressed at the build quality. Like I said, if you want, it's vented. There is a fan in here. You could see that from when I showed you the manual. If you wanted to, again, it's only 2 Phillips screws holding it, you know, down, because what you can see here is the unit itself is actually hinged. So you undo the screws and you can literally just lift it open like that, like you're popping open the bonnet on your car. So what we got to do now is I'm going to put this into my other room with all my consoles and my games and stuff like that, and essentially I'm going to have to put it on my lap. So somewhere down the line I may address getting, not, you know, an arcade cabinet or something like that, but I don't know, like setting up a little unit for it and having a TV of its own for it. But for the moment, because this is just day one goodness and thoughts and feelings, having just got it out of the box, we're going to go into my game room and we're going to connect it to the HD TV and see what sort of operating system. I have a feeling you might too, if you've seen my Pandora handheld, Pandora's Game Mini system review for a couple of years ago. But yeah, see what the operating system is like and have a play at some of, not all of, because obviously there's loads on it, some of the games. Now, I literally just set it up in the other room and it did something really, really, really cool that I honestly did not know it was going to do, because obviously this was sent to me, but when I read the listing for it on Amazon to see if I could find any information out about what's in it and stuff like that, it never actually mentioned it did this. What does it do, you ask? It does this. You turn it on and it lights up underneath the buttons. That's really, really, really cool. Not the joysticks though. And then it cycles through a bunch of colours. I have seen this feature on other ones, and I heard that people complain saying it's incredibly, incredibly distracting. Really? Really? It lights up and it throws you off your Street Fighter game. Find that somewhat hard to believe. Pretty sure there must be an option to turn it off, but quite frankly, I really, really, really like it. If you make a display piece for this or put it in somewhat of a cabinet, that's a really nice feature. That's a really nice feature. Anyway, let's fire this bad boy up. Let's try and fire it up again and see some games. So I've turned it on, I've powered it up. It says 3D Pandora 11S Pro RRTV. So between the instruction manual, between the listing on Amazon and between the title screen of the machine when it boots up, it's got 3 different names. So obviously that's because it's a knockoff Pandora's box. Something else, listen to this. Apparently the sound comes out a single speaker on the actual, you know, sort of arcade, you know, console stick bit of it, if that makes sense. It doesn't come out of the TV, which is stupid. It surely must be able to come out of the TV because I'm running this on HDMI, and it obviously can do stereo because it's got a headphone jack. I don't know where the settings are in this. Possibly I might have to go back and read the Pigeon English manual, but I'm not going to do it for the purpose of this gameplay because this is just a quick unboxing and opening, general feelings of, if you will. But yeah, there must be some way you can set it up to come out of the TV. Otherwise that's a bit poor. But yeah, I mean, and also it does get well loud. Is that Batman? Batman Forever. Oh, get some of that in your life. There we go. Right, the sound is yeah, it's very loud, and getting the sweet spot on the volume rocker seems to be a bit awkward. Right, start. Batman Forever arcade game. Is this like the Mortal Kombat one? Always wanted to play this. Loading. It's a ROM. There you go. Oh, look at this. Bring back the old bullet logo, DC. Seriously. I'm assuming this is the arcade. Yes. And also, I want the Batman Forever R-rated version that's rumoured to be floating around. Since we got the Snyder cut of his thing, can we get that? There is a darker version. Look, is that, would I say that's screen tearing on an intro screen? Right. You get the impression. Right. If this has got memory card mounted, this is what, is this PlayStation? Come on, I guess. Right, so I thought, no, it's the arcade. Look at that. Where are you batting it? Why are you spinning like a flid? Select player. Alright, thanks Jim Carrey. So it's the arcade. I've never seen an arcade machine with an option screen before. I don't, unless there was a home port. Am I missing something? Was this on the place? I don't know. I mean, Iguana was a home make, and it's clearly a CD system, isn't it? This has got to be PlayStation then. So obviously this doesn't just do... Oh, look at that. Oh, look at that. I don't know if that's an emulation thing or just a poor game in general, but my Batsuit looks shit. Is it rendered or is it digitized? I don't know. Plays alright. Because we all remember when Batman did that, don't we? Especially this bit when he goes gold. I have to say, the sticks are lovely. Right, Bat Bowler. Get that? Oh, it killed me. Right, anyway, coin is continue or exit. So, there you go. The button seems to change dependent upon which game you're in. So, what system is this? It does Batman Forever arcade game 3D. I don't know. I would say we're in the PlayStation section. Let's have a look at Mortal Kombat. Oh yeah, come on, skip to the end. It's a very nice image, I will say that. Please don't be loads of screen tearing on everything, come on. Okay, yeah, we're in PlayStation Town, aren't we?
Choose your destiny.
Ooh, loudness. Where's the volume rocker? Oh god, it's this one. Some games just didn't need... Also, it's the wrong aspect ratio, I suddenly just dawned on me. Didn't need to be in 3D. this was one of them. Oh, there you go. This seems to be running all right. Anyway, we're going to try and cram in a few. Weird. The button changes from the 6 buttons. It changes when you want to exit the game. Mortal Kombat 2. Well, I guess we'll have a look at Mortal Kombat 2. Some of these Pandoras apparently struggle to run that. Mortal Kombat Trilogy 2. I'm going to go out on a limb. Yeah, we're in PlayStation Town. Okay. Well, let's have a look at Tekken then, innit? If it can run Tekken, then I'm pretty sure it can run anything PlayStation-wise you throw at it. I never knew Batman Forever was on the PlayStation. We live, we learn. Yeah, I would have preferred 4x3. Well, not so much on PlayStation, but for the arcades. Well, we'll see what it does. Looks very nice. Doesn't seem to have any problems running this. Yeah, this looks really nice. And to be fair, even coming out of the system itself, the speaker's decent enough. That looks very nice. Alright, Jackie Chan, stop showing off. Yeah, this is what I mean about, I love the experience with sticks, but I kind of prefer control pads for actually being able to play games. Let's have a look at a few more games. We'll come out of PlayStation. Stop changing the button to leave. That's irritating. King of Fighters, there's enough King of Fighters on it. I'm a bit concerned about where the rest of the games are, but we do have this, I've just realised. See, right, let's come back. It gives you these little options at the bottom of the screen. I do like the fact that it previews the game on the right, but all Pandora boxes do that. But it gives you these little options at the bottom of the screen. Recent OK search. Well, but your buttons aren't coloured, are they? So that's bloody useless. But if we go with that, and then we'll go with... so basically... Oh. Try that again. If you want to find a specific game, you have to search it. It's not broken like other Pandora boxes do, or systems, like my Game Mini. It's not broken them up. Oh, Marvel vs. Street Fighter. Into... There we go. Into systems. That's a bit pants. I'm not going to lie. Street Fighter Alpha 2, Street Fighter Alpha 3, Street Fighter 0, Street Fighter 0 2. So they're essentially duplicates right there. Street Fighter Third Strike, Street Fighter 3. Yeah, well, let's have a look at... No, let's go for Alpha first. This is the problem is, though, it's a little bit overwhelming. You spend more time just searching through games than you actually do fire them up to play said games. This game is for use in the United States of America only, apparently. Right, this is an arcade ROM because coin now becomes... Right, you can stop that. Coin now becomes coin. Insert coin. And not pause. So you can tell this is an arcade and not a console game, which, however, presents a problem. How do I bloody leave it? Yeah. Again, I'm going to suck on this. Are the buttons mapped correctly? You better not have screwed up the button mapping. I never knew you had a penchant for watermelons. Yes. Buttons are mapped. Jim Dandy. You know what? This pad is the tits. It really is. And this seems to be running absolutely perfectly. I'm not spotting any problems with this. Right, well, I surely... Oh, I just pressed player select. Oh, there we go. Press them both at the same time, and then it will let you use that functionality, like the pause functionality, so you can leave it. Did I see Street Fighter Alpha Dreams? X-Men vs Street Fighter, X-Men Children of the Atom? Yes, please. Do like this. I do like this. I have to say, do you know what? This so far... This joystick is nice. Very nice. quite impressed. Quite impressed. Don't like the clunky menu. And the screen image is tasty and delicious. Oh yeah, because you know, gravity and things. Oh, you and me are gonna be best friends. I love Wolverine, but I never liked Wolverine in these games. And also, I don't like Marvel Comics anymore because they've gone super fucking woke. I know this is about video games, but I have to put that in here. Look up Snowflake and Safe Space. Seriously, you'll thank me. No, you won't, and you'll hate Marvel. Right. Well, yeah. So let's come out. Let's go through. So yeah, a bit clunky on how you find the games you actually want to find to, you know, play. Marvel vs. Capcom. We'll get a better look at that. Oh, hello. You know, Street Smart, Street Fighter 2, Fatal Fury 2. Oh, look at that. You're not going to be short of titles, are you? What was it? 3,399? Could have just put the extra game on there, couldn't you? Could have just put the extra game. I do like the arcadey, cartoony-esque graphics. Obviously it's SNK, isn't it? Is this their version of, like, you know, the Street Fighter Kids stuff thing? Puzzle Fire. Oh, you know what I mean. I've just got bloody Tom and Jerry sound effect. I've lost my sword. I've lost my sword. And I can't pick my sword up. Because backwards is blocked. Okay, this is insane. It's a shame that the selection menu's so clunky because there's going to be a shitload of games on it I've never played. Right. I just want to cram in a few more games, but Double Dragon? Oh no, we're in SNK time still, aren't we? Right, so what are we on page 93 of 240? We're still, oh, Samurai Showdown. Get a little bit of that in your life. Yes, please. So it would appear that it's mainly fighting games, which kind of makes sense if you know, well, look at the design of the bloody system. Alright, get something in life. Never got to see this in the arcades. Would have loved to have played this in the arcades. That scaling doesn't seem to be the smoothest of things. Is that? I don't know. I've never played this properly apart from on my 3DO. Which good port, but not arcade perfect. So I don't know. Is that how it's supposed to scale? Why does it sound like the phone is ringing? God, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a fan of the SNK sort of button layout for fighting games. Right, well there you go. It's an arcade ROM. Right, both buttons together and we can come out, so that's an arcade ROM for sure. Right, there's got to be not just fighting games, surely. I mean, I'm not going, yay, Golden Axe 2, Golden Axe 3, so it's got Mega Drive games on. Hot. Streets of Rage 3, so there's Mega Drive games. We're in Mega Drive Town, that's cool, I do like that. But what's with this Hot? Were they stolen? Well, everything on is bloody stolen, isn't it? First game. Right, so it's just all the ROMs aren't, they're across systems, but they aren't separated into system subcategories, and they're just essentially dumped in the same folder. Good to know. Fighting Warrior. So there's name fuck-ups in here as well. Oh, Punch Out. No, so we got NES. We got NES Mega Drive Arcade. Fighting Warrior, which is Pit Fighter. So SNK. I guess we got to see how well it runs Metal Slug X we will go with, because that's the one I most recently played. So I'll be able to tell if it's got slowdown issues or what not, if you will. Skip to the end. Metal Slug. See, yeah, this I would have preferred. Like, again, you know what? Sound, well, round these things up. Sound, yeah, issue. I would have preferred to be able to play this in 4x3. Again, there may be options. I'll pour through the very, very small, limited instruction manual in all its pitted English glory. But, oh. And that volume rocker needs to be on the front. But the speaker is good enough. You're welcome, Chuck Norris. I love the music in this game. Yay! Oh no! Super nice screen image quality. Words failing me there. Oh, I like this a lot, even though I've played it many, many times. Ooh, thank you! What's the deal with the bananas? Oh, this is lovely. Anyway, I'm getting carried away. Again, the buttons, they change. Weird. Right, interestingly, I have found out that there is a settings option on this, so I should have read the instructions, but come on, it's me. There's a little button on the back, and when you press it, it does this. There we go. So, and it goes to full on classical music. Where's your bloody volume of it? This is what I mean. There's no standard, something to mention at the end. But anyway, so custom button. Right, Jesus. They're so sensitive, they're volume rockers. So anyway, we've got system config. Let's have a look in there. Right, exit game mode, pause menu, select game mode, quality optimization on, game time, joystick settings. Right, system game setting, bookkeep. I don't know, I have no idea what that is. Inside speaker, off, on, off. We like that, and now that that's off, it's coming out of the TV. Thank God for that. Language, English, saying factory setting reboot, and IO test. Right, well, I guess let's have a look. Do we really? Oh, it's nice, isn't it? So it shows you the mapping of the buttons. Right, well, there we go. Essentially, I can't change the screen size, which is return, press 1, player start. I'm pressing 1, player start. Plus A. There we go. Had to find out what A is using the IO settings. That's kind of cool, isn't it? Right, the volume on this, it's very, very all over the shop. Don't like that. Now, how do I get out of this? What an odd choice of music. What an odd choice of music. Save settings and reboot. Yes. There you go. So, when it starts up now, it should be coming out of the TV and not the actual unit. Skip to the end. My advice is get used to that screen. You're going to be seeing it a lot. But this should be saving settings. There we go. Right. Shinobi. Right, let's have a look at what's that? Another Shinobi. Shinobi Mega Drive. Shadow Dancer Mega Drive. What, no Shadow Dancer Arcade? I'm the only person who thinks Shadow Dancer Arcade is better than the Mega Drive version. I am aware of that. Where is all the sound gone? I really wish this volume rocker was on the front of the unit. I know I've said that before. And now it's super quiet. Come on. See, why is it so quiet? I mean, I would like, you know, I've said that a lack of standard across these, you know, the volume settings on all these games is annoying. But then I guess that's because it's different emulators, isn't it? There's screen tearing in this. There's quite a lot of screen tearing in this. I am aware of that. I guess we could have played around with optimization and turned it off, because sometimes it doesn't help. Right, let's see if we can find Outrun. I bet it's got the Mega Drive version. Why? Why won't you? Thank you. It moves the, honestly, it moves the buttons around. Honestly, Basil. Oh, shitballs. And there's no delete. There's no delete. Really? Don't spell anything long and fuck it up. There's no Outrun. Well, I'm going to quickly jump back into the room and round up. So, thoughts, very quick thoughts, having played this very briefly. Never before has not reading the instructions, even if they are pidgin English, bitten me so hard and firmly in the ass. Build quality is really nice, and they may not be top components, you know, the sticks and stuff like that, but they are very nice and clicky. Buttons I would have preferred like proper micro switches, but they're not terrible, and the controls in the game play really nice. Now obviously I was complaining because there is a speaker, one mono speaker clearly here, which is quite loud, but having finally, you know, played around with it, there's a button on the back there which actually does say settings. You press that and then you can get the sound to come out through the TV, which you saw. Unfortunately, Shinobi for some reason was a little bit quiet, but you can get the sound out on the TV. I guess if you had some sort of arcade setup in this in a cabinet, then you would probably want it to come out here. But the games for the most part ran extremely well. I was well impressed with the you know, Street Fighter Alpha. It looked really nice. The annoying thing is you cannot, even in settings, unless I miss something, you cannot change it from 16:9 to 4:3, which is a pisser for me, an absolute pisser. I know some people prefer 16:9, but purist. The other thing is, compared to other Pandora devices, the menu is clunky and horrible. I mean, you basically got to scroll through every single game, or you've got to search. It's basically taken all systems across the board and dumped all their games in one folder, and that is crap. And considering the last Pandora device I had is 2 years old or such, then there is no reason for this not to have that searching functionality on it, so it loses points for that. And there was some screen tearing, but not on everything. But yeah, that was there. But what do you expect? This is basically 100 quid's worth of equipment, and for that and the sheer number of games, obviously there will be duplicates, and there were ones named incorrectly, and it didn't seem to list all of them there. But you know, for the number of games you're getting on here, right, you can't really complain about those apples. If I paid 100 quid for this, or 119 for this, I'd be absolutely fine. So yeah, figured out the issue with the sound. That's not a problem. But yeah, it's just that, it's that search functionality. And the other thing is, with the volume rocker, should be on the front, or preferably actually on the unit here, like a slide or something, or buttons. That rocker doesn't work for me. And as I mentioned in the video on Shinobi, I guess when you got this many games across this many systems, you can't find a default volume that hits the sweet spot across all of them. So when you jump to different games, you're constantly playing with the volume, because once it's plugged into your TV, obviously you can use your remote, but you still have to use this here to turn it up or down. And the minute you change games, you constantly find yourself just going here to try and find it, and it's a bit, you know, awkward and inconvenient. It's not, you know, first world problems. I am aware of that, first world problems, but it is a bit of a pain in the ass. The other thing is, I swear, right, that when you go, the button mapping is weird. I mean, you saw that when I was on the IO screen, to work out what button was what to hold with the other button combination, start to exit that and save my new settings. But when you use this here to exit games, sometimes it's is when it's in like a console game, it's pause and becomes, you know, continue and quit. Sometimes you have to press both of them together if it's in an arcade, because it actually becomes the insert money coin. But when you, and again, I don't know if it's because of different arcade machines. Maybe this is me. Maybe everyone else is fine on this, and maybe I'm missing a trick. Maybe I should get a white stick, in fact. But when you go to exit, depending on the game, depending on the system, you press this, and then you move it down to, you know, exit, and then the button to press to confirm it exit changes. It's really, really weird. It's really, really weird. But anyway, you can expect a lot of gameplays with this, because I just love the fact that I've got so many more new games to play, and with decent proper arcade sticks. Gonna have to get my brothers over and shit like that. Maybe I'll take it to work and get some 2-player on the go. But yeah, do you know what? 120 quid for the stuff. Granted, I didn't pay that for it. I think it's brilliant. I think it's absolutely brilliant. It is what it is. It's a very, very cheap alternative to basically an arcade cabinet or a MAME console. And let's just get this out of the room before everyone says it. Why don't you just get a Pi? For the record, I own many Pis, but Pis aren't for everyone. Some people don't have the skill for it. Some people are just too bloody lazy like me and can't be asked. And also, I love tact and stuff like that. So I can see that this definitely fills a hole for certain individuals who want to get on their retro, their nostalgia, reminisce, and get their arcade goodness on without, as I said, a Pi or a cabinet. Anyway, I can't remember what it's called in its entirety now. Let's just call it the Pandora's Box 3D. I really, really, really like it, and I recommend it. But just remember, if you are looking to get one of these, there are absolutely loads of them by different people, most of them bootlegs and hooky ones, as Guru Larry said, is Pandora even, or, you know, a genuine thing anymore. So just make sure you read the reviews on sites, or, you know, YouTube, some videos to get video reviews to make sure you get what you actually want, because as I said, it's, you know, there's a ton out there. It's an absolute minefield. Anyway, as always, I'd love to know what you think. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you later.